with our Deputy Borough President.
Well, I think I do better than that. Annette, I just, you don't know, my heart is just going out to you because I appreciate all that you live for, because I see that this is your passion, this is your love, and I thank you for that. I thank you for caring enough for those of us who have suffered and survived, and I see you with all those that you've lost. And I just ask God to continue to bless you, because the work you do is so very important. It's one to encourage us, it's one to help us, and it's one to give us hope. And so I wanted to thank you personally. And I'm so glad that I postponed what I was supposed to do to come here this evening and press my way through that terrible storm to get here this evening. So you know that you're a priority, and I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Yes, let's give you a big round of applause. My name is Aurelia Green. You may have heard of me or seen me on television or known about the work I did in the state legislature. I was there for 27 years. And when Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. Was elected to be Borough President, he asked me to leave Albany and come to join him here in Borough Hall. And I've been here for 6 years with him, over 6 years, it's almost 7, that we've been here together rebuilding Bronx County. And we're proud of the work that's being done. But I must tell you that in the past 10 years, I've had 3 bouts with cancer. 3 bouts. And I have to give all the credit to my Father above. I have to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Because as I battled each one, I had to put my trust and my faith and my dependency on Him. In 2006, I had to have my bladder removed for bladder cancer. And I wear a bag. And I always tell people, I have to tell this, because I can go to the bathroom like a man. And unfortunately, I had a lot of problems after the surgery, but when I got through that, I was able to recuperate, and I've been fine ever since. And then, in about 5 years ago, I had a second bout. This was with breast cancer. And it was one that made me, I couldn't understand why I was a victim again. But then I realized that I can't look at myself as being a victim. I had to look at myself as being a victor. I have to know that I am a survivor and that I can overcome anything that this world wants to throw at me, because I've got God on my side. And I tell people very proudly that I'm one of His favorite children. So He always looks out for me, and He always takes care of me. And you can tell that story so well, Sister Higgins, since you've been here for these 94 years. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. 95. I stand corrected. 95 years, I stand corrected. But I must tell you, I had a lumpectomy when they discovered the breast cancer. And I thought, oh, that's going to be the end of cancer for me. And then last year, I went and had my annual mammo, only to discover that they saw a little spot, and the cancer was back in the same spot. So in April of this year, I had a lumpectomy again, and this time I've had to take radiation. And I thank God. I thank God because I am handling it well. I feel well. I will continue to follow up. I've already gone back to my oncologist. I will do whatever they tell me to do. The only thing I've told them I won't do is to take chemo, because I know the poison that it is. And in my case, they said it wouldn't help me anyway. But for as long as I have breath to breathe and a life to live, I intend to live it to the fullest. And I intend to not be so much of a hero, but to be an anointed vessel of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. It gives me the opportunity to go around and tell people that cancer is not the end of your life, but it's giving you a new beginning, because you can claim victory and know that you're going to have it. So I want to thank you this evening for this blessed time with you. Thank you so much.
As mighty armies clash in a struggle for total domination, the scales can be tipped by one man who has the courage to confront his fate and make a choice that will decide the fate of the world.
Guys put a lot of smoke in today. Wow. But anyway, we expecting a real superhero? I don't think so. The real life superheroes are the ones that are helping out in their community today. And the LDM Show will be there to bring you the events and stories to life. Do you know a real superhero? Let us know. But for now, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Also visit our websites for photos, videos, and updates. But until the meantime, hey, I gotta be out of here.
And I am a cancer survivor. In 2008, I was diagnosed with stage 2B Hodgkin's lymphoma. I was 23 years old with a very supportive husband and 2 little princesses, ages 3 and 6 months. At that moment, I didn't know I would be entering the biggest battle of my life. My mom and dad would tell me, keep your head up. God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. For the first 2 years of that war, I received several high doses of chemotherapy and radiation, including my own stem cell transplant. In all, nothing worked. I kept relapsing. That's when I was referred to the amazing Mount Sinai for a bone marrow transplant. There, I was matched to a donor with a ratio of 9 out of 10. Boy, was I lucky. That's when I knew the war was coming to an end. So I put on my uniform and I strapped up my weapons, which consisted of positivity, humor, faith, hope, love, and delicious food. I always told my family that I wasn't tired of fighting, but I was tired of the procedures. My transplant was done on April 10, 2010. And today, October 9, 2015, I am a survivor. You might be saying, where's her superhero costume? Somewhere, capes. I wear combat boots. I want to introduce the troopers who stood firm with me in that battle. And I lived up to the military saying, never leave your brother behind. When I was diagnosed, I was actually pregnant of her. She was 6 months old when I was diagnosed. Leilani Colon, Dasani Colon, and Angel Colon.
get through it all. In brief, although I consider myself a survivor, medically, technically, I cannot claim that title just yet. Only because I'm still doing chemotherapy. But what you're gonna hear is totally truth and totally unbelievable. When I was diagnosed initially, I was diagnosed stage 4 right off the bat. It runs in my family on both sides, mom and dad. Mom lost all her siblings. It's the same thing, colon cancer. Mom, thank God, had no problems. When I got diagnosed, my doctor, it was ironic because I was in the best shape that I've been in like 20 years. Always had better all my life. And the doctor told me, you're stage 4. And I was like, when I knew the stages, I said, well, maybe they changed, you know. And she goes, no, it's 4. And I said, so you tell me 5 is the box? And she goes, well, I wouldn't put it like that. I said, well, I would, because I like to be straight on the up and up, what I got to do with it. And she told me, well, you're in good shape, you're young, and if everything goes well, you got about maybe 6 months to a year. So get your stuff ready. And that totally blew me away, because my daughter, who's here, my youngest one, who's around there taking pictures, she was only 4 years old at the time, and I have 3 adult children, and she was an answer to a prayer. Thus her name, Trinity Grace, which was my way of giving thanks. Anyway, long story short, I started chemo like right away. About a month later, I had chemo and radiation for 30 days consecutively. If anybody's done that, you know the horrors. You can't. It's almost impossible. By God's grace, I was able to go downtown to 83rd Street to get my treatments, and by train by myself, back and forth. I did that for a while. Then they were talking about surgery, and they gave me a colonic stent, temporarily. Ends up, a couple of months later, was able to remove it. Doctor says, boy, it must have fell out, it's not there. Fact of the matter was that it was there. About a month later, it perforated my intestine. They rushed me to the hospital. Doctor told my family, if he survives the first 48 hours, he's got a 5% chance. I had 7 surgeries in 6 weeks. They removed my entire large intestine just about. And after my 7th surgery, to not endanger my life, they decided to give me a colostomy. And up there, when they put me in the recovery room, I went into cardiac arrest. My cardiac arrest, and this is factual, 37 and a half minutes. No heartbeat. Come back. They say it's a miracle, he's back. 3.5 hours later, I had another one. 12 and a half minutes. Now they're talking about he's going to be brain dead, blah, blah, blah. They put me in a medically induced coma for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, they bring me out of it. They start running all these tests, asking me this, asking me that. And this is going to be kind of funny, because my brother walks in and tells the doctor, how is he? He said, oh, he's out. He said, I see. He said, and we start talking, and my brother said, well, listen, I'm trying to take care of your business, and I need to pay your car insurance, but I can't find the papers. And I'm like, well, you don't need the papers. He goes, well, how the hell am I going to get the policy number? And I said, that's what you need. It's 1280808. And the doctor just started laughing. He said, I think the second one made him even better. Long story short, I lost 124 pounds in 2 months. I could not stand, and my heart function was only 14%. They wanted to send me to Calvary. And I told the doctor, wait a minute, let's talk. We talked, so let me have a talk with him. Did what I had to do, talked to him, cried what I had to cry. And my doctor comes back my surgery, he says, you know what, I'm going to talk to the director. He goes, well, that back that you went through, that smile was never missing. He goes, then I'm going to give you a chance. He sent me to subacute rehab. I learned to stand again. I learned to walk again. Left there 8 weeks later with a walker. 8 weeks later, I left it in the hallway and started walking on my own, a block at a time. Today I go dancing, hang out, bike riding, everything. And today, as a matter of fact, March 24th this coming year, will be 8 years since they told me they were going to bury me in 6 months. My doctor says I'm an anomaly, and I believe him. Because through all that chemo, radiation, and all that, which I do every 15 days still, never lost a strand of hair. The whole time. I worked really long, and I decided I just had to spend time with my daughter, because you never know, only God knows. Today I'm doing really good. I feel good. I'm in school, I'm at Boricua College, I have a 4.0 GPA, studying human services to be able to give back to my community. And thanks to people like you that are active and supporting people like us, and a whole lot of people, you know, we're making a difference. And it's important that we make a difference, because the system is not going to make a difference.
That's right.
Because I tell you the same thing I tell people all the time. I'm always spoon-feeding hope. But I tell them, oh, look, the cure is out there, but they're not going to give it to you. Because if they give you the cure, $100,000 for a shot, and you're done with. They're not going to do that, because they're going to milk each of us for $15,000, $20,000 a month. Who's going to give up that ATM? And that's the truth of the system. That's why I like to deal with young doctors also, because they're not as corrupted. They actually really do try, and you know, they're willing to hear you and talk to you. The rest of them, you have to be careful. You have to grab your health really strong in your own hands, because if not, you just become part of the protocol, where they just say, you know what, well, this is what we do for stage 4, and everybody gets treated the same. But everybody's not the same. You're an individual. You might have something that might work better for you. So why not try it? I am honored to be here with all these survivors, and hopefully I'll be able to claim that title soon. God bless you all for coming out and supporting us.
So my name is Jennifer, and today I'm 34 years old. Back in 2013, well actually back in 2012, I was about to be 32. And when I had my daughter, Evelyn, who's here today, her pediatrician told me when I turned 31, 32, I should go for my first mammogram because my mom had breast cancer. So fast forward to 2012, I just turned 32 and I said, oh my God, I gotta go for my mammogram, just to be on the safe side. I went to my GYN, she quickly gave me a prescription. I went to go get the mammogram, and they told me I was too young. I said, well, my mom had it when she was 47, so I think I should get it. They said, we'll come back when you're 37. 6 and a half months later, I found a lump by myself in my breast. So that was Father's Day 2013 at the age of 32. I went, got tested, had my biopsy, and I was told I had stage 2 breast cancer. So at first I decided to keep it to myself because I'm the caretaker. I'm independent, I do everything myself. I didn't tell anybody. I went for my biopsies by myself and quickly learned that I cannot do this alone, and shared my story with other people. And what amazed me was that so many people, near and far, friends, family, strangers, just from hearing my story, came out to support me and actually formed a support for me called Jen's Army. They all got t-shirts, and the next breast cancer walk, I had over 50 people come out just to walk with me wearing Jen's Army t-shirts. And I can tell you that walk was very emotional, because although I was still going through chemo, they told me I was in fact a survivor. Because every day you wake up after you get your diagnosis, you are a survivor. So I went through treatment. At first they were going to do surgery, but being young, you have an aggressive, it can be aggressive. So it quickly grew, and I actually had to go for chemo first. So I did chemo, I did my surgery, and maybe a month after, I started radiation. But what I did right after I finished treatment and I started feeling like myself was, I started going back to my oncology suite and started sitting with other people that were going through treatment. I started doing this because when I went to treatment, every day I had at least 2 people sitting with me. I had my family, of course, and I had co-workers come sit with me. I had friends come sit with me. And on my last day, I had someone come and they brought me a cake with pictures of all my steps through my battle. But while I was there, I realized not everyone has that kind of support. And with that support, I felt like I could do anything. And I had a different spirit and I was positive all through the whole time. But sometimes when you don't have that support, you feel like you can't do it. So immediately after I felt well enough, I went back and I started visiting, sitting with other survivors and told them that it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And I've met other survivors, other people, and after that I took Jen's Army, and now what I do is, using Jen's Army, just go out and do things for other people. It doesn't have to be just that they have cancer, it's just that they need somebody. And that's how I met Annette, because I went to a suicide walk and there she was, and that's how we met. So I thank you for honoring me today, but I thank everybody who's out there supporting cancer survivors or just people in general, because we all need someone there, and it just makes a difference. And I just want to say my daughter Evelyn is here, and I also have a 3-year-old son, and with their father, every step of the way, I knew that I was going to survive because I had to be here for them. All right, so thank you for having me. Have a great night.
Hey, you've been watching the LDM Show? Let us know what you think about this episode. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We value your opinion, so please let us know. And let's get right back to the show.
Hello.
I'm so happy to be here tonight. Giving honor to God is the head of my life. And thanks to the charities of heroes also for being here. May they continue their good works. Okay. I am Ethel Kyler Williams Higgins, better known as Lady Higgins. And I was born in Claxton, Georgia. September the 19th, 1920. Weighing in at 2.5 pounds.
Wow.
I am a survivor. And, you know, in those days, there was no incubators for people of color. So my mother put me on a pillow in front of the fireplace. And I'm a survivor. Okay, so then I went on, that was my I was going to the doctor, and I asked her why she didn't send me for a mammogram, and she said, at my age, I didn't really need to have a mammogram. I said, but I want a mammogram. I demand a mammogram. And when I went to the doctor and had the mammogram, came back cancer, the right breast, and right breast. The doctor was more upset than I was. But, so I had my first operation the year that President Obama was elected. And I would not have my operation until he was installed. And I had it. I didn't have any chemo, no radiation. Then, 1 year later, I had mammogram. It's back in the right breast. Again, my second now. But I'm a survivor. Also, I have a sister, and around the same time, she had a mammogram, and she had cancer in the left breast. No radiation, no chemo. So she's in the nursing home now. She is 88 years old. And I made my 95th birthday. And I'm happy, so happy to be here. I just... That's my story. With the charities of healers. Keep up the good work. And God bless you. And I wish to thank my two sons for bringing me here tonight. My daughter and her son. My daughter would have been here, but she's in Spain on a trip. Take me. So keep up the good works. And God bless each and every one of you. God loves you, and so will be. Thank you.
Before he even knew it was coming into the world, I knew her father. Her grandfather was a legend to me. He was like a dad I never had. Your grandfather, I love him, I miss him. And it brings me joy to have you here with me, because you're family. Basically, nobody knows you're my family. I don't know if you want to share your story, or you want me to talk with you. You see your dad there? I saw him mad little. And I seen him grow up to be a wonderful, wonderful dad. You are so blessed. I see your dad with you everywhere. It's something that a lot of us don't have, you know? But I'm glad he's your dad. But he's like my kid. So, how old are you, 80, Mom?
I'm 80.
8 years old. What is your favorite subject in the world?
Math.
Math. Why would you pick the hardest thing? Now, you know what cancer is, right? How do you feel about that?
Well, I kind of feel sad, but I'm happy that I'm almost done with it. And I'm fighting it, and as long as I'm happy with my dad and my mom, I'm happy.
Amen. This is hard enough for adults. I can't imagine how could this be for you. I can't. But I am extremely, extremely, extremely blessed to have you here with me. And next year, you're probably going to be the co-host with me on the 2016. What do you think?
Yes.
Right? So we declare it today? Okay. Do you want to say something to your dad? I don't want to ask you too many questions because I see you're very emotional. Do you want to say something to dad, to mom, to grandma? I call grandma mom. That's like my mom. That's like my other mom. She was, nobody knows, I don't know if you know, she was a doo-wop singer. Did you know that? You didn't know? I blew it up. She used to do shows in a lot of places with your grandfather. He used to do doo-wop singing. Right? So, what would you want to tell Daddy today?
I wanted to say to Daddy, thank you for coming to came out with me. And thank you for getting me everything. You are the greatest dad I ever had.
Dad, do you want to share anything with us? Okay, all right. I have lost the battle. Nelson Oliveria, Nancy Rivera, Nilda Semide, Alfredo Echevestre, Lydia Rodriguez. She was with me in the National Parade a few months ago. Luis Noble, Julia Vega, Sonia Greenidge Daniel, 2-year-old Harmony Arzu died 10 months ago. Maggie Alero passed away last week. And my honoree of 2013, Maria Ayala.
Hey, you've been watching the LDM Show? Let us know what you think about this episode. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We value your opinion, so please let us know.